Say hi.
Hi.
So today I'm going to jump straight into the topic, okay?
Okay.
Because I've been seeing so many reels and content on Instagram mostly about um, remedies for all the tough times you have in life.
Mm-hmm.
Um, how if you wear a certain color dress on a certain day, you are going to please this god or this planet, and everything will be perfectly fine for you. um, what was more interesting was to read the comments on it, because it was so divided. There is a big bunch of people that think this absolutely works. They've come back to say, now I don't know how much of it is true, but they've come back to say this worked and it helped, thank you so much. And there is one group that's making a big scene out of it, really very fun content though. But I'm wondering, while there is this mixed review about this, there is also a big group of people where they think, how can a planet so many light years away from us influence our character, influence our times? Like, it's specific that a certain planet can cause joint pains, certain planet can cause skin rashes, right? I mean, there are, it's just too vast. So you can't not believe, because I have been a victim of it sometimes. I mean, you know that. So uh you can't deny it, you can't quite understand it, so I thought I'll understand it a little better. Okay, so to read charts and all that. So having said that, irrespective of the time you're going through, irrespective of the chart you have, what are like the general lifestyle changes you can bring to please the gods and please the planets and have as smooth a life as you can, if I know you have a lot of insight, so we have many planets, so we can discuss them all.
No, sure. I think the first thing is that you have so many astrologers out there,
Mm.
and every astrologer, I mean, many of them are very genuine, and they have a lot of good things to advise. When there are also a lot of very fraudulent astrologers out there, and it's very important to be very clear about what you are doing as a remedy, because sometimes remedies can be a money making exercise,
Mm-mm.
and people spend thousands and thousands of dollars and pounds and rupees, right, to do sometimes remedies that are quite silly. Sometimes they do remedies that are very difficult to do and take all
Mm.
the pains to do it. Sometimes even remedies have a psychological effect, because the moment you do the remedy, you think that, hey, everything is
Yes, yes.
taken care of, and actually it might have not. But then you still believe that it is taking care of the situation that you are in. So sometimes there's that psychological feeling that you get when you do a remedy and you feel that something has changed on top of it. My initial take on remedies is that it's always good to take a look at your birth chart, and
Mm.
always consult a genuine astrologer who is not into a money making business, right? Because the moment money is involved, astrologer says, hey, your time is good, but it can be even better if you do these 10 different things. And by the way, I need to make this talisman for you to get all that benefit, right? It kind of becomes a money making exercise, unless, I mean, it's a genuine astrologer, of course, right? But one thing is that while you look at a chart and then suggest remedies, one very good remedy in general is to change the way you live, because
Mm.
you don't forget whether you believe in God or not believe in God, or you believe in a very different type of spirituality or whatever, right? It doesn't matter. Certain lifestyle changes, people do it. People make certain lifestyle changes without their knowledge, sometimes with their knowledge,
Mm.
and it changes the way they live. So there are certain lifestyle changes that anyone can make, and if you make these lifestyle changes, you're going to see, it's almost like a balanced multivitamin that you have, because it's not about having only one vitamin D or one vitamin C, but it's a balanced
Nice. I,
multivitamin that you
I, I
have,
like
right?
that analogy. It's
So
quite
so
nice.
let's I mean, we can talk about the multivitamin that you can take across the
Mm.
nine planets that we have in the Vedic astrology system, right?
Hmm. No, let's start with the sun. Let's go into the planets slowly. The sun first. What does it signify? What does it stand for in our lives? What can we do to um, ward off the negativities it might bring, how to please it, all that jazz.
So the sun is considered as a king of the 9 planets, and it's what you can actually see every day when you wake up. The Navagraha Suktam that is from the Krishna Yajurveda uh, first has a lot of salutations to the sun before it goes
Yeah.
into the other planets. Right? There's a very famous rik that says Asatena Rajasa Vartamano Niveshaya Namrutancha. So it worships a specific type of Aditya or energy of the sun, which is called Savita. And this is the 7th of the 12 Adityas that we have.
Okay.
And the 7th Aditya is very important because when you, it's the kind of sun energy that we get at the start or the break of dawn that actually awakens the life source that is there on the earth, right? So I mean, if you look at, we have 3 sandhyas that we have through the course of the day, right? One in the morning, one in the afternoon, and one towards evening, which is essentially when the sun rises, the sun is at its peak, and then towards dusk, right? So while we have 3 sandhyas, there are different types of sun energy that you get, right, throughout the course of the day. So one energy that we typically prostrate to as part of the Navagraha Suktam is the Savita energy, right? So that becomes a very useful energy to tap into. And whether you believe in Navagraha system, whether you believe in spirituality, whether you believe in anything, I think most people will agree that if you wake up in the morning during sunrise and get soak in some of that sun energy, right, it gives a good feeling, right?
Yes, it does.
And that is a brilliant lifestyle change that people can make.
Wake up early.
Wake up in the morning, not early. Wake up in the morning when you and get that morning sunlight. Soak in some of that morning sunlight, because that can actually strengthen the energy of sun in your environment. Now again, like I said, you may believe it or not, but then it's not a bad remedy, right?
Yeah,
Because
it's
waking up early in the morning and getting some morning sun is obviously good for anybody. Another good aspect or a lifestyle aspect that people can look into to strengthen the sun in their chart is to follow processes, right? People always sometimes try to find loopholes into things and do things quicker, right? But following the process as the way it is a very good way of strengthening the sun energy that you have. Another good one is people in corporate who sometimes believe that they don't have leadership skills. One way to strengthen your sun is to build that leadership skill or that competency within you, because sun is a king. You need to develop those leadership skills, those administrative skills in you to strengthen the sun within you. Now, some people naturally have that.
Yeah, exactly.
Which means you already got that energy within you.
Which means their sun is like really strong in the chart.
Yeah,
is it?
yeah. It could be balanced or it could be strong.
Okay.
Right. Again, you want a balance of all these planets. You don't want one planet to be too strong, because it can have even negative impact, right? Because again, it depends on your birth chart and which depends on the time of your birth and so on and so forth. But if your sun is in a decent state, there's no harm in waking up early in the morning, following processes the way they typically should be.
Yeah, just a little tough.
And when I say processes, right, you use the word in, I don't know what, in Malayalam you say chitta, no? So you need to have, how do you define
routine,
a routine,
yeah.
and a rigorous routine.
Yeah, like
right?
a very strict routine.
Very strict routine, right?
Yeah.
So it's important to have that routine that you practice, and that is a very good way to strengthen the sun energy within you.
And what does the sun bring for you? Like, what does it do for us? Like, yeah, exactly.
Sun is what
does it give you?
You can always call it as your ego, right?
Oh, we don't want that.
You don't want too much of that ego.
Yeah.
But then you want to be a person who, you find some people, right? They walk into a room and then automatically all the eyes go to
yeah, they own the place.
They own the place, right? That is strong sun energy, right? Another very good remedy for strengthening your sun is to respect your father or a fatherly figure. Because that is an authority in your life, from a male authority in your life, right?
Got it.
And sun is seen as that masculine, male, authoritative energy as well.
Okay.
So even taking care of your father, respecting your father, or even a fatherly figure, right, that you may have, is a good way to strengthen your sun. So again, nothing. I'm not talking about going to temples and going to getting yourself dipped into a river or whatever, right? It's very simple, practical things that you can take care of.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Are we done with sun?
We can
Can
move
I
on.
can I go to
Yeah.
the next one? Next one is my favorite. Saturn. Shani. Oh God. Oh God. I don't think it's just my favorite. I think there have been many, many, many examples of what people have gone through during their Shani, and it is so hard not to believe. Again, it's up to you, to each their own, but it is very evident during Shani what happens, how many times your bones and joints get hurt. It's unbelievable how it is related. Like Saturn is right there and my knees hurt. How does that happen? But yeah, so how do we keep that in check so we can not hurt ourselves so much?
So there are a few things, right? First of all, Saturn is one of those dreaded planets. When you say Shani or Saturn, people automatically start getting very scared,
Mm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
And but the way I look at it, Shani is not a planet to get afraid of.
Yeah, right. Shani is like my friend. We are best friends now.
It's a very I mean, every planet is a very karmic planet, but then I'd say Shani is one of those planets that is it's a very slow transit, right? Like if you take a look even astronomically, the amount of time Saturn takes to go around the Earth, like even say Jupiter for that matter, right? It's very very
Around the
slow.
sun.
Sorry, around the
Yeah.
sun is very very slow, right? So the effect of Shani on people is obviously much higher than, for example, the effect of say a moon or say Venus or Mercury for that matter. Um, so Shani again, like I said, there are multiple forms of Shani that affect people, right? It could be Janma Shani, which means that it's transiting over your natal moon, or it can be transiting over the 12th house away from your natal moon, or the first house from your natal moon. It doesn't
Yeah.
matter, right? And sometimes people, I mean, so that is the 7.5 year period of Shani, Erdha Shani, or Sati Sati, whatever you want to call it, right? So that is something that people are very scared of. And yeah, it's not unjustifiable, right? Because a lot of people have a lot of effects, they go through a lot of things during that period. Even the dreaded Ashtama Shani, right, when it transits over your 8th house.
Yeah, that's scary.
These are very scary transits. But then again, the multivitamin recipe, right, for Shani is to keep things very slow and kind of calm down, right? When I say slow, Shani by default is a very, very slow planet.
Okay.
So it likes things that take time to do. So the more you take time to do something without expecting a quick result,
Okay.
right, is a very, very good way to think that helps align yourself with that Shani energy.
Okay.
So
Elaborate.
so if say you believe that if you're going through a Shani period, right, what you'll realize that you have the tendency to do something today and get a result tomorrow. You will not get that result tomorrow.
No.
And a result of that is that you get disappointed, you get frustrated. It then plays on your mental health.
Chain of events.
And there's a chain of events that come into play. So then that is an issue that you created a new issue for yourself, right? That never existed in the first place.
I know.
So when you have whether it's a Shani period or in general, right, it's almost impossible to, I mean, it's always important to pause, think through what you're doing, and it's the famous Bhagavad Gita shloka, right? Karmanyevadhikaraste ma phaleshu kadachana. So don't worry about the result,
Just
right?
do it.
Just do your action, and it will take time in what you do, but then just keep doing your action, do what is right, and you will get the result at the end of it, right? So that is one general remedy if you're going through a Saturn period. But then again, from a very lifestyle change standpoint, right, it's important to take nice, deep, slow breathing exercises, right? It could be pranayama, it could be any kriya, it could be whatever you practice, right? But slow breathing meditation really helps that Shani energy. And again, it's not too bad, right? You wake up in the morning early, soak some sun in, and then take a few minutes to reflect, to take some slow deep breaths. And when I say to slow deep breaths, right, maybe 10 minutes or 15 minutes or whatever, right? Even 2 minutes is fine, but intentionally take the time to do some slow breathing. A lot of meditation exercises are also there that can be used, right? Because again, anything that is slow. I'm not talking about hitting the gym specifically for this remedy, right?
Yeah, right.
Because
Now.
the idea is to slow things down,
Correct.
right? Another energy that comes with Shani is cleaning stuff, right? Keeping your place clean. It could be sweeping, mopping, cleaning the bathroom, whatever, right?
Like now, is this something that I have to do or have people do it for me, right? I can I do that? I don't think so. I have to get down dirty and clean it up. Is that what you're
So
saying?
there are two angles to this,
Yeah.
right? One is you go get your hand dirty, especially on a Saturday, right? So I mean, I'm sure you all have a schedule to run. Keep the house clean, keep the house tidy.
Yeah, every Sunday, every Monday.
Every
You never
Saturday,
know.
it's
Yeah.
fine, right? Whatever it is, or even every day, that's fine.
Yeah.
But then make sure you are keeping the house clean and taking effort to do that by yourself on a Saturday.
Got it.
Now, you probably have a house help or somebody who helps
Yeah. What about
to
them?
do the chores in the house, right? Another very good way to keep that Saturn energy balanced is to take care of them.
Ah, look at that.
Because again, if you are if you're
nice.
doing something that if you're outsourcing that activity to somebody else, right? Because you don't have the time or bandwidth or whatever, it's good to take care of those people, make sure they are taken care of, and that's a very good way to align that Shani energy in your life. Taking slow walks, right?
Slow long walks.
Long walks
I can
is
do
a
that.
very good remedy again.
That's nice.
For Shani
On a Saturday.
itself. On a Saturday or even every day, right? It depends if you want to build a routine as well, right? The other thing is you're taking garbage out of your house, right? Take it during the day, not during the night, right? Again, it's a very simple remedy.
Yeah, we almost always do it in the evening, don't we?
Correct.
Right? In the night when we're done with everything and we clean it up, and it's almost automatic that you do it after the day is done.
Correct.
Oh, okay.
So it's important to take that garbage out of the house, or even if you are sweeping the house or vacuuming the house, do it during the day and not in the evening.
Okay.
Right. Now, if you are into any spiritual practice, it's also very nice to very good to light a sesame oil lamp in the evening, especially on a Saturday, but it could be every day as well. During the evening specifically, and dusk.
Okay. Right?
So again, a lot of remedies. These are all lifestyle changes that I'd say, right? Keeping it very simple. I mean, again, if you think about the sun remedy, right? It's about waking up early in the morning, getting some sun, just following some processes, taking care of, having a good relationship with your father, taking care of your father or a fatherly figure, taking slow walks, some deep breathing. And again, you're already aligned your sun and Saturn energy in your life.
Did I see something about shoes, old slippers and shoes, and some clearing them off? What was that about?
So a lot of people love having a lot of collecting a lot of pairs of shoes and slippers at home. Now, many of them are sometimes broken, old, torn, worn out, whatever, right? But we still keep them thinking, hey, I'll probably get that fixed by a cobbler later, right? One of the important things within that Saturn energy, right, is to discard old shoes or slippers or flip flops or whatever you want to call it, right, that are broken, torn, and are not being used anymore. And discard that on a Saturday, ideally, right? But the idea is to get rid of things that slow you down, because again, if you try walking with a torn slipper, right, it's going to slow you down, right?
Point.
So that's a very simple remedy for Saturn as well.
So if we do all this, Saturn's going to be happy.
Yeah, I mean, whether Saturn is happy or not,
we'll be happy.
You'll be happy, right?
We'll have less clutter. We'll be more calm.
Yeah.
Yeah, everything actually makes sense. But yeah, you believe it or not, it's up to you. Okay, so are we done with Saturn? Yeah. Okay. Who next? You know what? Rahu. Now, what is Rahu? So many people don't know. Even I'm not very sure. Every time somebody asks me what, because it's not like a, you know what? No. We'll have
in the Navagraha system, there are
Yeah.
7 planets that you can actually see, right? Which is sun, moon, etc. And moon is considered as one of the grahas in the Navagraha system.
Yeah.
So you can see those 7,
Correct.
right?
Yeah.
But 2 you don't see, which is Rahu and Ketu.
Ketu. Yeah.
So you can call them as Chaya Graham or shadow planets, right?
Okay.
So these are more mathematical points of frame or of reference that you have that determine where Rahu and Ketu are typically placed in your chart. Without getting into too much technicalities, right? Wherever Rahu is placed, typically Ketu is 6 places away from it, and so on and so forth.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
But then that doesn't
Like
matter in this context.
Symmetrically
Right?
opposite. Is it?
Symmetrically
Okay.
opposite, right? So 6 places away always, right?
Okay.
So it's again a mathematical framework that has been established where Rahu and Ketu are. So you don't see these, right? Modern Vedic scholars even call that as a north node and the south node of the moon, where the north node is Rahu and the southern node is Ketu,
Okay.
right? But irrespective of that, Rahu plays again. It's one of those very feared chaya grahas that we talk about, right? Because a lot of people are very scared of Rahu Mahadashas and Rahu transits. And I mean, it makes sense because Rahu again is a very slow transit. It typically takes a year and a half for a Rahu transit between each from one house to the other house. So the effect of a Rahu transit is quite significant, right?
Yeah.
But Rahu again, Rahu can be very good if placed right in your chart, right?
Yeah. That still depends. Yeah.
Yeah, again, a lot of modernity and things like AI and innovation, all that stems from that Rahu energy, right? So if your Rahu is typically good, right, you're one who is quite tech savvy, quite interested in exploring new tech, and are quite good at it as well, right?
Okay.
Because that's a very positive Rahu
Not
energy.
old school, the innovative, newer things.
Correct.
Okay.
So Rahu traditionally was seen as a very negative planet, right? Because people, people don't like change. So you're typically doing something very revolutionary, different, right?
So back then, probably.
So back then it's not a thing. And then
Makes
again,
sense.
Another thing is that typically when Rahu is in the chart, it means if people move out of their motherland, right? So when you're out of your motherland, it's typically not one of the rules as per
you don't cross seas.
texts. You don't cross seas, right? In Sanatana Dharma. So it's one of those things that kind of affect the way Rahu is perceived in astrology. But then modern astrologers typically have liked Rahu because a lot of innovation and the startup culture, the kind of trends that people have brought in that has actually helped the way we live. I mean, of course, it's created other problems as well, but then it's again progression, right? Technologically, and that is that Rahu energy that we talk about.
So how do we please him?
So Rahu, right? The Rahu energy. There's a long story about Rahu. Maybe we'll talk about that later, right? How Rahu and Ketu come into play. But the Rahu energy is essentially the head of a snake, right?
Okay.
While Ketu is the tail of the snake, right?
Okay.
So the beauty of Rahu is that it's got a lot of good ideas, good thought, right? But it can't get there soon, right? So it becomes one of those energies that give you, like, you'll find people, right, who will wake up one morning and say, hey, today I'm going to do this. Next day they'll say, hey, I'm going to do that. Day after tomorrow they'll say, hey, I'll go do this, right?
So much energy, but no focus.
Yeah, you're not able to get there, right? You've got a lot of great ideas, right? And I'm sure each of those ideas can make you a millionaire in different paths, right?
Yeah.
But then you're not able to get it. That is that Rahu energy that we talk about, right? The one way to take care of Rahu's energy in your day-to-day life is to get rid of clutter, right? I'm sure every household has got that one poor chair or one poor corner
we don't have
where people dump a lot of things, right? Especially clothes, some books. They put a lot of junk in one part of the house, right?
Yeah, that's where we keep the newspaper, or that's where we keep The laundry.
Laundry, right?
Yeah.
It's a good place. And again, if you got a place for laundry and you put laundry, that is not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about one place where you just,
Yeah, not meant for laundry, but it's there. The
it's
chair
just there, right?
that's there. Got
You've
it.
taken clothes, you put them on a chair, or you've just cluttered a lot of things in one particular place, right? That is that Rahu energy, right? The remedy for that is to get rid of that.
Yeah, just
right?
fold them
Yeah.
quickly.
You put them. It's okay to put it on that chair, fold
Yeah,
that
but get
laundry
rid of
quickly,
it, yeah.
put them in where it's supposed to belong.
Hmm.
If it's like what you said, newspapers or whatever, right? Get rid of them quickly.
Yeah.
Again, there's a lot of junk, right? When everything in your house needs to have a place for it. So if you're putting things or you're dumping things in one area, especially before guests come, right? You start taking a lot of
Yeah.
things, dumping it into one cupboard,
We do
right?
that, yeah.
That poor cupboard has got a lot of junk that you're probably not going to see ever,
Yeah.
and
And you don't want to clean.
you don't want to
Very
clean.
tiring.
You're
Yeah.
lazy to do it, right? So that is that Rahu energy that you want to get rid of in your life,
Okay.
right? Because that's negative Rahu energy.
Okay.
Right? So keeping your house clean. When I say house clean, it's not about just sweeping, mopping your floor, but then taking care of the stuff in your house, right? Everything in your house needs to have its own place. Because if it does not have its own place, you are just accumulating it in one corner of the house, right? And that is the easiest way to get rid of that negative Rahu energy. The other one, which is a very simple one, right? At least here in the UK, it's spider season, right? You have a lot of cobwebs that turn up in different parts of the house, the garden, wherever, right? That those cobwebs are again a lot of Rahu energy, right? And there's a lot of backstory to this in the Puranas.
Yeah, that we should do.
But that energy is what you'd want to get rid of in your house. So constantly dusting and cleaning those cobwebs out of your house is a very good way of.
Is there like a specific day you have to do? No.
I'd say whenever you see it, do it, right?
Okay.
Because you don't want
Don't
that
wait.
energy in your house, right?
Okay.
Again, if you look, I mean, just not to digress, but then if you see a lot of these ghost movies and all that, right? Horror movies,
Yeah,
you'll find a lot of cobwebs around, right? So
And
it
then-
creates that illusion, right? If you think about it.
You're right. Yeah,
So
it makes sense.
Yeah, so even if forget if you believe in ghosts, you don't believe in ghosts. If there's actually a ghost or there's no ghost, right? When it gives you a very eerie feeling. You start hallucinating a lot of things, right? That's just a way to look at it. But then again, irrespective of whether you watch a horror movie or not, right? The ideal way to get rid of that Rahu energy is to just cleanse your house. I mean, in the sense, get rid of all those cobwebs in your
clean,
house.
yeah.
Keep it clean.
Simple. Yeah.
And
Why
that's-
not?
Yeah. Again, nobody is asking you to go and do again dip in some river and do all that stuff, right? Simple remedies that you can practice.
Yeah.
every
Yeah.
day.
Yeah. Makes sense. So that's it with Rahu. Who else? Who else? The biggest, Jupiter.
Jupiter is one of the most beneficial planets in Navagraha system. But again, people sometimes get worried about a Jupiter transit, right? Because if Jupiter is transiting one of their houses, that is a negative house in general, right? But Jupiter is the guru or the teacher in your life, right? And when I say teacher, it's that very dharmic teacher, not the teacher who is teaching you tricks. No, could be, yeah.
As in it's school teachers as
Yeah, even school teachers, right? But then teachers who are teaching you good stuff,
Oh, like that.
right?
Okay.
You can have a teacher in your life who's a crook, right? And is teaching you all the back channel ways of getting things done. That is not the Jupiter energy, right?
Okay.
So Jupiter is a very dharmic guru in your life. So it could be your school teacher, your college lecturer, professor, whoever, right? Who has taught you something that has benefited you in life, in what you do today, especially.
Got it.
Right? I mean, you'll probably have a favorite teacher in school, favorite professor in college, whatever, right? And their influence has been quite significant in your life. That is that Jupiter energy in your life, right? One very good way to kind of calm or ease or enhance that Jupiter energy is to respect your teachers, support them in whatever way you can. What happens typically is once you pass out of school or college, right? It's probably been a decade or 2 decades since you've seen that teacher, right? Even just checking in with the teacher, speaking to that person once in a while is a very, very good way of calming that Jupiter energy.
Okay. Yeah. So what does Jupiter do? Good. What good does it do to us?
Before I get to that,
Yeah.
right?
Okay.
Jupiter is very dharmic, like I said.
Got it.
So you need to do things that are always right with the law, right? So if you try to find ways to break the law, you're actually diminishing that Jupiter energy in your life, which creates problems.
Got it.
Right? So people end up in jail, in court, and whatever, if the Jupiter is not aligned properly. Because again, I'm talking about extreme cases, right?
Got it.
But then you will find people in that side of the spectrum, primarily because their Jupiter energy is not strong enough. So again, follow the law, obey the law, do things
By the rule
by
book
the
at
rule
all.
book. No bribes, things like that, right? Because
Oh.
you'd sometimes think that, hey, if I do this, then I go
Yeah,
through the
it's
system,
quicker,
bypass the system
right?
quickly, right? But that is not that Jupiter energy, right? So you're actually diminishing the Jupiter in your life. So I think the idea is to keep yourself always grounded with your teacher, obeying, I mean, respecting the teacher, making sure you're always in contact with the teacher. And again, you don't need to speak to all your teachers. It's about that one person who has actually got, or even if not a teacher, right? A person who has got who gives you a lot of goodness and support through your time, right? Whether it's good or bad,
Who guides you
who
and
mentors you. Even in corporate, you have a mentor, right? Many people
That's
have a
right,
mentor.
yeah.
So a mentor is equivalent to a guru as well, because the mentor has got no ill feelings about you in terms
Right.
of, hey, I don't want you to progress
Yeah,
in your career, right? It's about making sure you progress, you do well, and that person who is a mentor figure in your life, respecting that person, and then again, that strengthens that Jupiter energy in a person. Another very interesting way to calm Jupiter is to I mean, you can, some people are naturally inclined into philosophy, right? So reading philosophy, it could be scriptures, it could be texts, it could be just philosophy, it could be just uh, thinking about what you are beyond what you are right now, right? Is another way to align yourself with that Jupiter energy. But again, that's probably a little too intense, right? Let's start with just making sure you're following the law. You are not getting yourself into trouble by
Anything to do at home
at home. Let me think.
for Jupiter?
uh, a lot of what you can do at home with Jupiter, right, is to get into some sort of a spiritual practice, right? Because you are now connecting. See, I mean, if you look at it from a very spiritual angle, right? Jupiter is that energy that you connect with a guru. So it could be a guru within your family. It could be a guru that, like Shiva is always considered as a guru as well. So it could be a spiritual practice aligned to Shiva or your guru. If you've got a music teacher, dance teacher, that is that guru energy as well. So it's about making sure you respect that person, right? And a lot of people, right, they go through a teacher, then they say, hey, that guy is useless, and you're diminishing that Jupiter energy in your life.
Oh, but what if I genuinely don't like a teacher? I mean,
Yeah, you don't need to
yeah, okay.
speak ill of that person.
Oh,
That's all. Right.
got it. Noted. There are many more planets, right? Oh my.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, we'll do one thing. We'll do that on another video because
Let's
this
do
is getting
that.
too long.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, part 2 to follow. Okay.
All right. Yeah.